Viewers, it's now 13 to 8 p.m. in the River City. I am Jimmy Bin, and welcome to our show, Kofi Olomide Special Tour in Australia. Tonight, I'm with special guests, and those special guests will discuss with me about the man himself, the Congolese songwriter, dancer, producer, and the king of Ndombolo. So, gentlemen, welcome.
You're welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you.
I will start with you, my friend. Can you tell us your name, please?
Well, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. My name is Emmanuel Martin, and the well-known people knows me by is Emmanuel Roger. I'm one of the chief editor of a social media called LTS. I'm honored to be invited here by Jimmy, and especially for hosting this special event for our King of Rumba. You say King of Dombolo, but we call him King of Rumba. So this is actually an historical event for all of us as African, not just the Congolese people, but African in general, that to have such a legend coming to Australia, you know, to see his people and perform. And some of us actually grew up seeing this guy. So it's actually going to be a dream coming true for us to see him live, have an interview with him, even have a chat with him. So I'm honored to be here, Mr. Jimmy. Thank you.
You're welcome. So on my left we have...
Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy, for inviting us to attend this historical event. My name is Wilson Medit Kwek. I'm one of QSCC member and a volunteer. Yeah, the coffee is actually well known in Sudan in general, in South Sudan especially. When we grow up in 80s, when we are teenagers, all the parties, wedding or any parties, the music of coffee is played. Yeah, all the wedding, everything. So even here in Australia, when I was having my wedding, one of the DJ favorite songs were coffee songs.
Thank you so much. Mr. Wilson, one of the Kofi's songs, do you know any of his songs?
Yeah, there are a lot. There are a lot of songs.
Okay, I see. So, Emmanuel,
Yes.
how did you feel when you heard that Kofi was landing at Melbourne Airport?
Actually, I'll just take you back a little bit. Last year, I don't know, you were part of it. We heard that Kofi is going to be here. I think the entire African community, Australian-wide, was so happy. People got their ticket and everything. So, unfortunately, I don't know what happened during that time. And he didn't make it. People were so disappointed, but optimistic at the same time. So, when I heard that Kofi landed in Melbourne, I couldn't believe it until I saw the footage at the airport, people welcoming him. I was like, wow, this has happened. So, although he landed in Melbourne and then he went to Adelaide, Perth, I was feeling anxious, a lot of anxiety, maybe he'll perform in those cities and say, bye, I'm going back. But I'm glad yesterday when I saw him landed in Brisbane, I was so excited and honored to see that now the dream is coming true. My dream is coming true to see a legend like him. And by the way, Kofi used to be one of the favorite musicians my dad used to love. My dad loved his songs, and my dad used to work in Congo as an ambassador. So he knows the Congolese language and all that. So it was kind of like bringing that memory, because as a young kid, seeing your dad dancing at home and listening to specific music, it kind of lost on you. So in another way, seeing him live is kind of like I've made my dad dream come true. So that's how I felt.
As a teenager, you have told us you have been dancing Kofi's songs. Do you know any of his songs?
Well, there's a lot of them. Like, to be honest, I don't know the name of the song specifically, but maybe going by the album. So let's say Dombolo, V12, you know, the one that, how you call it, Cartel La Terre, you know, those albums are beautiful songs, meaningful songs, you know.
Good. So actually, his band is called Quartier Latin International. So he has got musicians in Congo, DRC, in Europe, and in America. So when he has shows, what he does, he brings some from Africa, mix with some from America, and mix some from Europe. That's how it works. So, Mr. Wilson, we know that in Africa, many of our legends, especially musicians, when they are no longer there, their music remain, and people keep listening to those memories, those melodies. So when they're still alive, what can be the noble advice that you can tell them?
Yeah, one of the advice, to leave legacy. Yeah, you leave legacy on the album, that the music will be sung on and on and all while you're not there. But while they're alive now, they should invest into actually develop those young people by actually opening like music school, or even have charities actually like building a school, vocational training, for example, nursing colleges. They have the money, but where they're not spending it somewhere. They should actually focus in actually helping the community. This is my advice to them. Just not only the royalties of the music, but they can actually have the legacy on other things like those what I mentioned.
What do you think, Mr. Emmanuel?
Well, for me, I think of, let's say, musician in general, like African musicians. Like, we're living in an era whereby we need people to inspire us. And normally they say that in a society, people who inspire people are musicians. Musician number one. So my first advice will be to our musician, especially our legend Kofi, is try to ignite that spark on people, especially the younger generation, to do something better for themselves and their community. Because at the end of the day, they're the voice of the society. Whatever message they put out to people, people will start imitating it. So they have that platform to do good or do bad. But I will encourage our musician, especially someone like him, to focus on that area, build a new generation to come up and try to change a different perspective about Africa and change our attitude. We know as well, Congo has got so many issues. My country, our country, African countries, we have a lot of issues there. The only people who bring happiness to people are the musicians. Whenever there's a war somewhere, if today you say Kofi is going in a war zone, the war will stop. So they have that power. So I will encourage them to do more to bring that peace among us, because we have suffered enough. But now they are the people who can set that platform of bringing happiness and peace at the same time to people. That's what I would say. But Ben has said more about the education and all that. I don't want to repeat it. Thank you.
Viewers, you have been watching special Kofi Olomide Australian Tour 2024. As we are taking a break, keep watching. We will be right back. Viewers, welcome to our special Kofi Olomide Australian Tour 2024. We are tonight in the River City, especially at our studio, the African Village. That is the property of the best African community organization in the entire Asia Pacific, Queensland African Communities Council. With me, I've got two gentlemen, Wilson and Emmanuel Double R. We are discussing about Kofi Olomide. Yes, Emmanuel, since Kofi came to Australia, he had some shows in Victoria, Western Australia, and Southern Australia.
Yeah.
So, what did you like and what did you dislike?
Thanks for asking this question. To be honest, what I will say is, I won't say like I dislike anything. You know, obviously we know that Kofi is a legend. He's someone that, to be honest, like he inspired a lot of people. So based on the show he had in Adelaide, I feel like people turned up, and I really want to appreciate the African community in Adelaide for supporting the concert and showing their support, their love to Kofi. Melbourne, the same thing, and on 2 days ago, I saw the women had a special dinner for him. These are the kind of love we need to show our people, especially people who inspired us. In Perth, the same thing. So, to be honest, I don't have anything that I saw that I didn't like, because everything was kind of like perfect, and I hope we'll do better here in Brisbane more than the other state. So, yeah.
Mr. Wilson, music is a universal language. What about people that don't understand Lingala? What can you tell them about Kofi's songs?
Yeah, I can say that. They actually they don't understand the language, but the music as international language is actually goes into vein. You know, you enjoy it even without understanding. It just crack into your vein. You know, yeah. So that's why I say it's international language, whether you understand the language or not, but still and you enjoy the rhythm and yeah.
Actually,
Yep.
it's quite amazing to see how Lingala have made his way to become one of the beautiful language when it comes to music. Like Lingala language, I feel like Lingala language doesn't get enough credit because it is a language that you can even start banging on this table, start singing in Lingala, it becomes beautiful. So compared to other languages, it's very hard to sing and create all this artist sound. So it's very difficult. But Lingala is just like smooth, especially like for those who doesn't understand the language. You know, you don't feel like you don't understand the language. It just kind of flew, and that's the beauty of it. And to be honest, it's something that Congolese people should be proud of, you know, and keep promoting it.
Let's talk about tomorrow's show, because we remind just our viewers that Kofi Olomide will be performing at the Bright Side, Brisbane, that is in the Fortitude Valley. What would you like to see tomorrow?
First of all, my Brisbane people, make sure let's show love tomorrow to Kofi, and also let's show the Australian large community, let them know that we have a legend here from Africa who's a great musician. So I want people to turn up colorful, excitement, please. And also the other thing I want to tell you guys, we need to be more coexisting among ourselves. Tomorrow has to be a beautiful day, a day of excitement, enjoyment. And tomorrow is going to be a day whereby we have to get to know each other. There's some people that you never know, but tomorrow let's try to build friendship. Let's try to get to know each other and come together as a community, because the more we show that togetherness, Kofi will take a good message and go with it back home and say, hey, these guys in Australia, they're fantastic, they're together, I can't wait to come back. And even he will go and promote Australia to other musicians to come here. So that's what I'm looking for. Support. Let's show that love, that excitement. And please, I know Congolese people like dressing up. Dress to impress tomorrow.
Dress to impress. What do you say, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, I'm just adding my voice to my brother. Just come in big numbers, come more, you know. always musician, like unite people, all of us as African, we are united to come to attend this concert, come in big numbers.
And we should remind people not to be late. Not to be late because they...
Be on time. The gates open at 6.
Yep.
Guess what? I don't know if Jimmy allow me to do that.
Yep.
Me and Jimmy will be there interviewing people. We want to see people, their mood, their expression. It's not going to be just only us talking. Tomorrow, some of you will be on the channel. We'll be interviewing you, expressing yourself, how you feel about the concert and Kofi being here. So please be there on time, 6 o'clock.
Yep. So anything, gentlemen, would like to add? Before I,
No, just on time,
on time. And the ticket,
African means time.
The tickets are still online. Please, you can purchase your ticket before they are sold out. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching special Kofi Olomide Australians Tour 2024. And remember, this broadcast was brought to you courtesy of Queensland African Communities Council, the best African community organization in Asia and Pacific. We are at the African village, Muruka. And tonight I was with two gentlemen, Emmanuel R and Wilson. Until we meet next time, tomorrow please, Masalama.